So I did a thing. If I open this up, take a big sniff, okay? Sniff. Oh my gosh. It smells so amazing in here. It smells like cinnamony, nutmeggy apples, but I need to go find some. Don't mind the mess. I am freeze drying apples in the freeze dryer over here. Apples, cherries, and tomatoes because they're fruit, and grapes left over before they go bad. They're in there. I got my laundry hanging, 2 loads out here because I dry my clothes in the garage because it rains 300 days a year. And I have an entire dehydrator load of apples. Yes, apples. Let's go over here where I need to get something. And this over here is what I need to dig out. Doesn't everybody have a container of takeaways? You know, you never know when you might have to pack somebody some food. And y'all know I'm not giving you my ball jars when you come to pick something up. Doesn't happen. I just found my backup cutting boards in case somebody needed some. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff. Backup meat grinder. I got it. Let's go inside. This is my very first dehydrator. Yeah, we're gonna use it today because my other dehydrator is busy. I'm gonna get this cleaned up and then we'll be back and I'll show you what we're gonna be using it for. So hold on. It's apple season and all hands are on deck with all the apple trees. I've given most of the apples away and I'm just processing a few of them. And yeah, hold on. It's all clean. They're all so nice and pretty. They look brand new. The machine, on the other hand, needs a couple things glued to it, but it works. I tested it. We're putting parchment paper down and we're gonna start ladling things. Now, I took the lid off for the last 2 hours while I was cleaning and scrubbing these. Now I'm gonna ladle because I stirred it around and I was waiting for some of it to evaporate. So now that it's at the consistency that I want, I'm gonna ladle it on here and we're gonna start putting it in. I've already got half of the load. Every other tray is full. Let's keep going. I'm not being I've already turned it off so it's just slightly cool and I'm just plopping some down. And holding the paper. Putting more down if I need it, and then putting it inside the machine. They're all loaded. I'm gonna set it to 135. And then I'm gonna go walk away and get some stuff done. Now, why am I doing this inside the house? Because I usually do things outside of the house. It is cold in my house today. If you saw my prior video, by the end of it, I started shaking a little bit, not because I was scared or whatever, because I was shivering. So this is going to heat my house, and I'm going to start pulling the herbs and stuff off of my plants and start putting them in here and rotating it through. And this is what will heat my house and double duty, preserve some food. So there you go. These are fruit roll-ups. We'll check on them in a bit. So it's the next day, and let me show you what we've got. This is ready to be packaged, so I'm going to turn it off, and then we'll start packaging that. It's a little good. It's so good that I took all of the fallen apples, washed them up really good, chopped them up, and did a whole nother batch. But because it was such a huge batch, I had to do it on the stove. So my house smells really good right now. It smells really good. Now, let's get to packaging that. Let me show you how good they are. We've been stealing from it already. There you go. They are, oh, that's a pear. It is absolutely delicious, like literally. Let's package them up. I'm gonna let them cool for just a minute. And while I do that, I'm going to get, I had 3 pears, Asian pears, and I'm going to take these and put them all in this glass jar. I took the empty trays. Remember, we only filled like every other one. I took the empty trays and put the Asian pears in them. Oh my gosh, they're so good. Absolutely. There we go. Because they have a high sugar content, they're going to be pliable and they're going to feel like sticky until they cool. But we're going to cut them up, roll them, and package them. So I'm just going to cut them in half, and then while they're still pliable, I'm going to fold them up and stick them in the jar. And keep working. It doesn't need to be perfect. The fact that they taste so good, everybody is going to go, oh, they're not going to notice. It's delicious. Now that we have these all done, we're going to cap them, use the food saver to suck out all the air, and then we're going to label them. Okay, and we're done. Cap it. The reason I cap ones that have been sucked with the food saver or anything that I've used oxygen absorbers with dry goods is because sometimes they can come undone. So the cap is just a safety precaution. Now, they're already labeled. They're going on the shelf. Now you know what I know. Okay, we all know the question. Why are you making so much? These are like an amazing sweet treat. And it's just very little organic cane sugar. The apples make it totally sweet. Cinnamon, nutmeg, and clove, ground clove. That's it. That is all that is in here. And it is delicious. It's like you're eating apple pie fruit leather. Bye, you guys. Are you wondering what this says right here? It's a message to remind, it's a post-it note to remind me. When you guys tell me you want a certain video, I always put a post-it note. And this one is Mexican sweet corn cakes. There. You want to know how to make that one. I did a video just showing you it, and you all wanted to know how to make it. It's delicious. Also, really good, not good for you. So it's time for round 2 with the apple butter that I have over there on the stove has reduced enough to where it's a good consistency. I'm going to ladle it on these trays, stick it in the dehydrator that's out in the garage, and make the same thing here, only this one won't have the parchment paper backing, so I'll have to wrap it in that parchment paper backing when it comes out. But that's for another time. You guys have a great night out there.